my attention that some fans on Twitter are questioning where's the receipts showing that Teresa directly leaked information from the show. So I ended up putting some stuff out to people so they can start posting it. She not only was verbally giving me tea, not just to myself, but she was giving it to Roxanne from All About the TRH. She was giving it to Alex from RHONJ Source. She was giving it to a handful of people around her. So not only was she verbally telling us, she was also texting me and sending me several like tidbits from the show, behind the scenes tea. So for the people who are saying we have yet to see it, it's like, guys, I have not gone through all my receipts, but I did drop some today to prove she was definitely leaking. I even have a text message with Roxanne where she says, because we're discussing the Tipsy and Tulum party, in her text message, she clearly states Jennifer and Teresa are aware of what she was spilling, of what she was putting in her Patreon. On top of her repeatedly saying, Jim Leonard is aware of what I talk about on Patreon. Jim Leonard knows, he knows what I'm saying. If he had a problem with any of it, I would have already been told something. Like, she reiterates that to me over and over again. So Teresa is just as guilty as Jennifer Aydin, if not more guilty, because the stuff she was having me do was definitely crossing the line. Now, what Jennifer was having me do in regards to Danielle Cabral was dirty and shady. I was, trying to find stuff on the charity, to prove that she so-called didn't pay these people. She did want me to reach out to family members and Jan Joseph's ex-girlfriend. And everybody knows Jan Joseph, rest in peace, is Margaret Joseph's ex-husband. Like, she was having me do those things, but Teresa was having me do like far more sinister things. So I am seeing that the network has reprimanded Jennifer. They had her stand down from press, but it's like, and Teresa, like, bravo, what are we gonna do here? Because she is far more guilty than Jennifer. So if you're going to punish Jennifer, I don't understand what we're doing with Teresa here, but I mean, it is going to be up to the network, of course. I just don't see how they turned a blind eye to everything Teresa is involved in, because it's literally ruining livelihoods, like what she was attempting to do, like with the Walmart business deal. I mean, and don't get me started on the stuff Louie is involved in. A lot of stuff in regards to Louie is surfacing right now. And I like to ask the network, are you guys paying attention? I mean, from the Mark Johnson LLC that's been inactive since 2019, and they just issued him a mortgage loan of $1 million, to Venevia owing so many people hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, one lady just came out today and she said she's owed over $300,000. She put together the Venevia launch party in Los Angeles that we just saw Cynthia Bailey at. Teresa was there with her girls and Louie, and they were launching this app, and it was going to be bigger than TikTok. Meanwhile, they're already getting in trouble for scamming people. They're releasing text messages, people that are owed thousands of hundreds of dollars. And the owners of the company, the guys that are pictured with Louie, Marcelo, Stefan, the so-called Swiss billionaires that Louie runs with, they're texting these people back and forth. Oh, we're having trouble in Switzerland liquidating this or doing the wire transfer. And these people are like, hello, it's been over 60 days. You're giving me the same excuse. Pay us, pay us, pay us. So Louie, if Bravo is paying attention, is involved in so many fraudulent things right now, that if the feds are paying attention, there's a whole story there. Like, that's trouble. I mean, forget that they were trying to sever Margaret's business ties with Walmart and threaten her son over the phone. Like, there's actual like criminal shit taking place with Teresa and Louie. And it's like, I asked myself, is the network paying attention? So like, I can sit here and continuously put out receipts to prove to everyone that Teresa is involved in shady shit behind the scenes, planting, scheming, coming up with narratives so she can have on her castmates, so she doesn't have the spotlight on her. But in reality, you guys, they should have a spotlight on them because they are the ones doing like the most behind the scenes. But everything I have said is true. My receipts are legit. And I just don't see how the network can turn a blind eye to it because there's a lot of legalities that can come about this. A lot of people's lives and businesses were trying to be ruined at the hands of Louie and Teresa. And forget the fact that he told the whole world on national television that he had a private investigator, have a folder on everyone on the cast. That in itself, like how Bravo allowed them to come back after that is crazy. I mean, and don't get me started on the Vanessa Reiser issues. So put it all together in a handbasket. Like these people are trouble. And if Bravo wants to continue with them, have at it. But don't say we didn't warn you.
I think we agree with you, Gabrielle. I mean, you've shown undeniable proof with the text messages that have been shared online. I mean, multiple messages. And I think that people are recognizing that there's definitely something toxic going on in New Jersey. It's some toxic dysfunction. And, they see that there's something going on. It's just understanding exactly what transpired because it sounds so outlandish that they would conspire to do all of this, but in reality, like that's what it's looks like from the receipts. I mean, from what's coming out, this is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, they're definitely involved. And I just, I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm just here to show you all everything we were all involved in behind the scenes. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, because I know that's a hard pill to swallow because you guys are diehard fans from like over a decade ago that you started watching this woman. But the truth is the truth. And she cannot bend the truth, whether she sits there and lies to her boss on TV. And I did hear that she called me a single white female. First of all, I'm not single and I am not white. I am a Mexican woman. So, she's got it twisted there. I don't know. Anyway, I just needed to hop on quickly and, let you know there's so many examples, you guys, on my text thread alone with Teresa to prove it's Teresa. But again, all I can do is put them out there. Take it how you want to take it. The one I'm concerned with is that like the network actually like, and they did this. They were up to like slide number 70 of my receipts. So they're aware. They are very much aware. So now it's just up to them what they're going to do. And I do see that she has fans coming forward saying, well, I've had her phone number for years and I talk to her all the time. And I said, oh, well, thank you for proving that she talks to bloggers when she claims she doesn't. But anyway, the point is, she wasn't talking to Christian Grey the way she was talking to me. Just like I was posting what Roxanne wasn't posting because she was cherry picking because she was afraid of the backlash. Like I specifically remember the body shaming stuff. She was like, oh my God, they're going to come for me. I'm not going to put that. Your account's already like the dirty one, Gabriella. You do it. Like they protected specific accounts as well because like what they told me in regards to Christian Grey, he was a so-called clean account because he has it in with Bravo. So do you think they were going to tell Christian Grey to go like dig up on Margaret's ex-husband and the girlfriend at the time of death, and that you think they were going to ask him to do those things? You know why they weren't going to ask him to do those things? Because if an account like Christian Grey would post something negative and dirty like that, then he would no longer like have that good image on him. Maybe with the in the eyes of Bravo or other bloggers who respect him would be like, dude, why are you getting down and dirty like that? Like that's not you. So of course they had Melissa's old nose doing all this dirty ass shit for them. Just like with Roxanne, she had a big platform. They couldn't dirty up that platform because they need it. It's the biggest fucking mouthpiece they own. So, I mean, just put two and two together, guys.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing everything with us. We know that it hasn't, been easy to do, I'm sure. And I know that we talked about this before, but I did want to ask because I know people wonder, like, what was your relationship with Teresa? Like, were you guys like friends? Like, you talked every, like you would your girlfriend every day? Did she text you all the, like, what was that like for you?
We were texting nonstop for over a year and a half. We were constantly on the phone. I mean, if we went a day or two without talking, we were texting. Same with Jennifer. When Jim Leonard she would beep him in. So that communication was always open. The same with Louie. It was a constant. And
Well,
some people are like wondering what's going on with your Twitter and stuff. They can sit there and say that I'm making shit up and that I'm deflecting and saying this and that. Like, the reality with all of that is that the proper people who need to be aware of what's going on with that are aware and have more than enough resources to trace what is happening to my account. And those people will be found out, including, let me just throw this in. The other day I posted that somebody made me aware in my DM on Twitter that there was a threat made against me, against my life on Reddit. I blurred that person's profile picture out and their name. If I was not to have blurred that out, I think 90% of the people who doubted that receipt would have instantly believed it, because that is a huge Instagram account who's very, very respected in the Bravo community and well known and liked by both sides. So if I would have showed who sent me that, I would not have received the backlash that I did. But that was a very serious threat. And I take, even if it's like so-called minor, I take it serious, you guys, because I'm exposing a lot here. And that's another thing. If what I'm exposing is a lie, why are you guys so freaking heated? If everything I'm saying is a lie, if these are not real text messages, why am I being doxxed? Why is my life being threatened? If this shit is all fake and phony and I'm doing it for so-called clout, why are you guys so heated? Then just call me a liar and move about your fucking way. But no, these motherfuckers know this shit is real. So, they're stressing because their queen is falling. And I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but I didn't do this to her. She did it to herself. They like to say she built the show. She single-handedly ruined it. We're not having a reunion. They're saying there was no resolution at the finale, there's no point for, the reunion or whatever. I say these receipts had a lot to do with that reunion not going down. There's a lot of liabilities here. There's a lot of people, a lot of lawsuits waiting to happen. So I think the network's protecting themselves, and I don't blame them. They got to do what they got to do. But anyway, thanks for having me on.
of
I
course. Thanks
really, I
for
really
coming on.
appreciate you. Yeah, I really appreciate you, Lindsay. Um, Thank you, to everybody who's sharing those receipts, because I know it's not easy, guys. I know if I'm getting the hate, you guys are like getting a second, like, it's like automatic. I mean, look at what they did to Carlos King. They were praising him like months ago, and then boom, he shared a receipt and they attacked him. I mean, I know he like he went back on his word because Teresa's doing a live with him, but I mean, I appreciate everyone sharing the stuff because, you guys are pretty brave to put the truth out there. It's easier to go along to get along and to, hang out with the crowd, but I love all you people out there who are sharing the truth.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you and hope you have a great day.
Yes, I'll talk to you later, girl.
Bye, girl.
Bye.